Hi, Aquarius. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a no contact, low communication relationship reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find this reading, it is meant to be heard. I will put your playlist in the description below for love readings, my Aquarius. There may be other messages meant for you that are not specifically for no contact, so you can check those out as well. Welcome, everybody. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so grateful that you've been guided here. Consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. Let's see. Spirit, I am here with my Aquarius. If you could please share with me any messages of guidance. Any messages of guidance. To be is your purpose, to be, right? Just be yourself. That's how that came into me. Just be yourself. We are one. Maybe I still feel connected to this person. Maybe it's like a soulmates in separation, twin flames in separation. Maybe I still feel very connected to this person. And surrender and be at peace. You know, like if you are waiting for somebody, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of time. And sometimes we just have to kind of let the universe work and let things unfold kind of in God's timing, even when we're waiting for answers or waiting for some resolution in a situation. Let's see what the cards are saying. I did pull out a bunch of my fall decks today. I have lots of fall decks that are in my collection. So I've been working through a lot of my fall decks and all of my readings the last couple of weeks. A lot of fun. 8 of Cups. I have a Death card. I have a 4 of Wands. And I have a Knight of Swords. So there's definitely this sense of, you know, someone walking away, of course, the sense of change. The Death card doesn't mean that it's completely over. It means that something in this situation has to change. I do have a celebration coming, and I do have thoughts of you. I have thoughts of us. I have thoughts of a future even with us still. That could be you, that could be them. But this sense of, I want more out of this connection. And until something changes, it's hard for me to be able to be available. 9 of Cups. I want to feel content. I want to feel happy. I want to be more emotionally secure in this connection is how it just came in. And I have a Tower. So something has interrupted this connection. Something has come between you. Something has forced this change. Whether it was an episode, it was a third party, it was, but something created this shift, right? So now we have nothing to do but face this shift of energy. And part of me feels like this person's still thinking about a future with you. I have to say, even through this kind of like, I don't even want to say tragic, but obviously it's very upsetting to both of you. Obviously it's like a big deal. So I do have this sense of, even through all of that, I still want to be with you. My way or the highway. Maybe we had a fight over somebody's ego. Maybe somebody has been trying to control the situation. I have resentments over things that have happened in the past. I can't let go. Maybe I keep throwing them in somebody's face, like you said something, or do you remember when, or that you said you were going to forgive somebody, but you haven't. So we're holding on to resentments. We're struggling with that. And then I have time. Time is a factor, which is definitely this feeling of, you know, if we're in a pause situation, we have to just wait and see. We have to wait and see what Spirit wants for us. We have to trust that if Spirit wants this connection to come back together, it will come back together. But right now I have resentments, and it's almost the sense of like, neither one will give. It's like a game of chicken. Neither one will give in. Neither one wants to move the ball forward. So a little bit of a standstill there. I still feel with that Judgment card that we are meant to be together. Like there's something bigger going on here. Five of Pentacles. This is a struggle, and a Hangman. So there's the pause. Like we're getting through this struggle while we figure things out. But there's a part of me that still has this spark. There's a part of me that still has this, I still desire you. I still feel like we're supposed to be together. I still feel like we're meant to be. But I'm struggling with that, and I'm having a hard time getting through that. So we could be having fights over money. We could be having fights over, you don't realize how much you hurt me. Bottom of the deck, Spirit just said King of Cups. So there's tremendous love and loyalty here still, even with this hurt, believe it or not. Like even sometimes when we're not together, you can still love someone, but be really mad at them and not be talking to them, right? So it could be just a sense of like, I just can't even talk to you right now. You know, like I don't even want to talk to you right now. You hurt me. You lied to me. You swore something to me that wasn't true. You held back something that I should have known. You know, that Seven of Swords is pretty obvious. It's just the sense of you did these things and these were hurtful to me. Okay. But we can overcome a lot. We can overcome anything, you know, if we both want it. I mean, you know, it's depends on what the situation was, you know, and who said what, who did what, but we have a hard time, you know, walking away from this connection. I have you dating again. You will likely be dating each other or enjoying each other's company. So maybe this person's going to come back, or we're going to reconnect, and we're just going to say, well, let's just spend some time together. Let's go on a couple of dates. Let's see how we feel. Let's take it slow, something like that. You realize you're light. Okay. You have to be healed to attract healed. You are a divine being having a human experience. The light within you, you know, can I give forgiveness? Are we, you know, who's the bigger person? Can we work through this? Can we talk through this? Something like that. Let's say a missed opportunity, regret from a former relationship. Don't run if it feels right. The risk of loss, communication. Communication is very important, you know. You know, this is like an eye kind of looking through a peephole. It's like, I still see you. Like, I still see you. I still feel you. I have regret in this relationship is how I feel it. Your person is thinking. I feel like they are, you know, starting to see, you know, what their part in it is, where, you know, where it went wrong. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to heal it, how to repair it with that Hanged Man energy. Let's see what else they say. Spirit, please share with me. Whoops. These guys are jumping out over here. Let's see. Do you even care? You know, like maybe you've blocked them and they're trying to get a hold of you and they can't even get a hold of you to try to talk or explain. So, you know, they're just wondering, do you even care? You might be saying, do they even care? You know, maybe they're thinking about me. Maybe they're not. I meant what I said. So they had to have said something pretty serious to you that, you know, you needed to hear or they needed to hear. Let's see what else they say. I could be your hero, baby. The Six of Wands. I feel like, you know, they want to talk. I do feel that. I do feel like, you know, can you see what happened? Can you have some understanding? Can you put yourself in my shoes? Something like that. Will you choose me? Maybe there's a choice here for one of you. Maybe I don't want to be with you. If somebody else is in the picture, you've got to choose who you want to be with. So that is at stake. Think before you act. Think before you say your words. Listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? Is your heart telling you, I want to be with this person? My life started when I met you. Two of Cups. The words hurt. Something was said, and I think that we're just holding on to that, like that final nail in the coffin, and neither one of us are willing to budge. Think about all the things that were said that were positive, because maybe that one sentence, that one thing that they said was in a rage, they were upset about something. They said it when they weren't thinking clearly. They were upset, so sometimes, yes, words matter, but the context and the emotion behind the words, sometimes we say things that we really didn't mean, and you can't hold on to that. You can't hold that as a grudge or a regret. You can't hold that as a resentment. So maybe we can let go of some of those words. Maybe we can forgive some of the things that they said, something like that. I'm in denial about my intimacy issues and fears of being used and abused. Okay, that could be you or them. I don't want to be used. I don't want to be used. Get yourself ready for me. I'm coming. I want to come back. I do feel like that. I do feel like they want to come back. I will say that. I've screamed and I've had fits of rage over this connection. Again, the sense of I said things when I was really upset, like you got me to the point where I was, saying things, and maybe I scared you when I said these things, or maybe it was way in a fit of anger, so things happen. I do check up on you to see what you're doing. So behind the scenes, they're probably asking friends about you. They're probably checking your social media. They're probably, seeing any way to get a hold of you. I've read and reread every message you sent. Those words are deep in my heart. Okay, so they are reading your messages. If you're sending them messages, they are receiving them. Maybe they're not responding. I'm sorry I never gave you any closure, but I don't want this to end. I feel I need you in my life to some degree, or it will all fall apart. So they're trying to figure out, like, how do I have you in my life? How do I, how do we repair this damage? I feel like it's soulmates and separations. I really do. I just feel like, soulmates are twin flames in separation. Like, this is just something we have to go through, and then we'll get to the other side. And, but we got to talk it through for sure. Let's see what else. Sorry, I do not see your value. And sorry, I did not see your value and worth when we were together. Okay, so that's important. Let's see what else, Spirit, what messages do you have? What messages do you have today from my person? Let's go with the jumping cards over here. You accept me for me, the good, the bad, the ugly. I couldn't do the same. Okay, maybe it was a sense of not feeling your value. My heart was blocked. I was not available to receive your love when you gave it. I hope you allow me to step up and turn this around. I struggle with revealing my true feelings and emotions. My pride and ego led us astray. When you look at me, it makes me feel worse. You see a side of me others don't. I can't hide from you. So there's no hiding in this connection. I'm so embarrassed I acted foolish and don't know how to tell you how sorry I am. I am lost in this world without you, and it gets lonely. I spend a lot of time thinking about you, wishing things were different. So obviously this person is thinking about you. One more of these. I'm working on myself each day so I can come back to you as my complete whole self. So they're trying to make some changes. That's beautiful. Let's get a final message. Let's see what the final message is going to be. Spirit, please share with me Any messages of love that you have for me? Any messages of love? I have a world jumping out over here. I've got a world. For every ending, there's a new beginning. The sense of like the cycle of life. We could start over. You know, we just keep going round and round with our feelings. That could be happening. I have the 5 of Swords. I'm tired of fighting. I want the fighting to be over. You know, this has created a tremendous weight on my shoulders. And let's go with the jumping card. I've got a Page of Cups. So this sense of, I still have feelings for you. You know, I'd like to go back to, you know, how do we have those kind of that newness that we once had? How do we have that newness again? So we're going to put this out into the universe, my Aquarius, and we're going to ask Spirit to continue to guide you. But we have a lot of healing to do, and we have some talking to do and some connection to do. So I said talking to do, bottom of the deck, Spirit just said Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Swords. I want to do some talking. I want to see if I can kind of revitalize these feelings and get this thing going again. So we're going to put this out into the universe and ask Spirit to guide you both. I want to thank Spirit for this reading today.